Welcome everybody, Crazy here, and today we're going to be doing an overview of the brand new DLCs for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. So these are in the form of two different DLC packs that cost $10 each, and we have Danny, the brand new victim, and also Nancy, the brand new family member. We're going to be showing some in-game footage very quickly of both of these characters, and I'll quickly describe how they work. Also, we will be going over the brand new Nancy's House map, and we're going to be doing a quick walkthrough of that as well. Alrighty, so here's Nancy in game. I'm going to show some footage of some of her animations just so you can see a look of how she appears in game. So Nancy has two abilities. One of them is in the form of these noise traps. You can place them between gaps. You can also put them on the Leatherface barricades, and also in doorways. These are only in doorways that do not have doors, I believe. It seems like putting them in gaps that are high traffic areas seem to be the best idea. How these work is when the victim actually steps on them by going through said obstacle, they will get this kind of barbed wire on their foot. And when they walk with this barbed wire on their foot, it will produce noise. It's also worth mentioning it triggers an animation that kind of stuns you for a second and you can't really move. This trap will continue to make noise as you move until you remove it from your foot. It takes quite a bit to remove it from your foot, and it's actually pretty interesting because this means if you have someone actively chasing after you, this is a very serious thing because they'll be able to hear where you're going and you won't be able to take that off because you're being pursued. Her other ability is actually this here. Basically, you click the ability button and it allows you to see a little glimmer of what the survivors are seeing. It's a little blurry, so you can't quite make it out too well, but you can at least make out key things like if they're near an exit or in the basement or somewhere outside, which is very good information to know. The cooldown won't start for this after you use it until you have gone to a Sissy Flower Station. These are these little stations here. This is where you refill Sissy's poison. Once you do that, the kind of little cooldown timer will begin to start back up. And yeah, that's basically everything to cover for the brand new family member Nancy. I haven't played too much of her yet, so it's going to be very interesting to see where the key spots for putting her traps are going to be. Again, at the moment, it does seem high traffic gap areas are going to be the best bet to actually use her ability to its fullest potential. Next up, we're going to move on to some gameplay of Danny. So yeah, I'll show off the actual character really quickly just so you can get a look of how he appears in game. So Danny's ability is a bit different from a lot of the other victims. How his ability works is throughout the match, you have to go up to certain objects and study them. Some of these objects include lamps, toolboxes, and the main objective items such as, fuse boxes and pressure valves and stuff like that. Most of these do not make a lot of progress towards your actual ability bar, as you can see here. When you study lamps and toolboxes, it only does a little tiny sliver amount. But when you do the key objective items, again such as pressure valve, fuse boxes, generators, stuff like that, it does do a significant portion on your bar. So I guess the kind of strategy is to only go for the key objective items, and then once you have done that, start to work on the smaller ones if you have a little bit left. And once this ability bar is filled up, you can go up to a exit item and tamper with it. So this can be the fuse box or the pressure valve and stuff like that. Once you tamper with these exit items, it will make it so that these stay open for significantly longer. Typically, these will close after a certain amount of time, but with this tampering, you can make it stay open for an increased amount of time, making it so more people have a bigger chance to escape, and you can actually play a little safer. However, like I said, it does take quite a bit to fill this bar up. And yeah, that's basically it for Danny as well. Now we can move on to the actual brand new map. This map is called Nancy's House. In the code it was called, I believe, Scrapyard or Junkyard. but in-game it's actually called Nancy's house. So yeah, here's what it looks like, and I gotta say, it's a very different map. There's some very different gameplay elements on this map. For example, there's a ladder and also like a balcony on this map. The exits also look very different. Some of them have some pretty good hiding spots, and others are pretty small and narrow. It's going to be very interesting to see how this map plays out in the long run. There seems to be a lot of clutter and a lot going on the map, but then again, that could just be because I haven't learned the map yet. It's also worth mentioning I have not been able to find Maria's body. If you don't know, that is the sister of Anna. And in the story of the game, that's the reason why they came here. They came here looking for Anna's sister. Many people thought you'd be able to find her on this map because of the leaks, but I have not been able to find her anywhere on the map. I wonder if this is going to be a bigger Easter egg, or maybe I just happened to miss her. If you guys have found her, let me know, because that is going to be a pretty big Easter egg for this game. Alright, so that's it for the brand new map. It's also worth mentioning there has been a huge patch that came out. There's so much that I'm honestly not going to go over all of it. But one of the main things is that the grandpa cutscene is finally gone, which is great to see. If you do want to see the full patch notes, be sure to leave a link down below for you all. Alright, well, hope you all enjoyed this video, and as always, stay safe in the slaughterhouse, everybody.